Hi guys, so today we're going to be doing my 20-gallon fish tank betta sorority. We have like, I think 7 guppies, but then I have a whole bunch of guppies floating around right now. They look like tadpoles. I kind of separated most of the babies. I have them in a little thing. My dad was cleaning out his fountain and he found a baby goldfish, so I have a baby goldfish. I have my goldfish squishy. I have 4 corridors. I want to get more corridors because 4 is not a lot, but that was the deal they had, and that's how much money I had. I want to have at least like 8, and I had 2 betta fish in here, but they weren't together. I would separate them. So for 1 week, I would have my spoon swimming around, and then the next week I would have Cheetos swimming around. Right now, there's nobody in here besides the guppies, the corridoras, and squishy. So I had 2 betta fish already, and I went and I bought 5. So I have 7 now, and they haven't really met each other. They're gonna meet each other in this video. But before I put them all in the tank, I want to move around some stuff. Also, I have 2 snails that I added a couple weeks ago, but they're baby snails. I haven't seen them since I added them. Like that day I lost, like I haven't seen them at all. They're like this small, like even if they died, like where's your shell? Like I would like to see a shell at least. Also, this is not a fish channel, okay? Like if you like bettas and like fish stuff, and like you watch this video, you probably clicked on this video because you like fish stuff. This is gonna be probably my only fish video, so don't expect any more fish videos after this. I might show my fish in my videos, but that's not what I want my YouTube channel to be about. So, but if you like me, you could subscribe. These 2 plants here they're kind of dying because I just recently moved this tank. It was like over there, and also my room. If you watch my room transformation video, you know my room is a garage, and I don't have any windows. This is my only window. It's where my AC unit used to be, and they just took it out and they made it into a window. So this is my only window, this tiny little box here. So I moved the fish tank here, and I think since the window's here, the plants will do better. Like this one's like dying. I should probably just cut it off. I have a pothos here, a peace lily, and I have 2 little bamboos. And inside I have like, I don't know what it is. I have this like aquatic plant. I don't know what it is, but it's in there and it's aquatic. So we're getting our hands dirty in some fish. What I want to do before I add all the fish back in, I want to move around the things so Spoon and Cheeto don't have like, this is my territory, I was here first. I don't want them to do that. So I'm gonna try to move it around. I just watched one of the guppy, the baby guppy. Oh, that's so sad. So I have these little like chambers. This is where I used to put Spoon and where I used to put Cheeto when they're on their like, you know, little vacation. I'll put them on this chamber on the side, and they would just have to watch the earth like not revolve around them anymore. They would get so annoyed when they're in that, but it's just, stop eating your babies! I'm gonna take this out. This probably doesn't have any babies in it or nothing. And I could pretty much see them, so I'm just gonna put the flowers into this bucket here. Yeah, besides the few plants I mentioned, every other plant is fake. These are all like from Dollar Tree. You know, I'm doing fish tanks on a budget, okay? But I bought some new ones recently. I got this one, which is pretty cute. And then I also got this one. And then I also bought this little like fern. I think it will look very cute. I think I'm gonna unroot like all the these things. So I'm gonna put all this in there. So this right here is something I made. See, this is clay. I made this out of clay and I glued it. And it's a little hide. I think it's my best hide that I have in here because it's so dark. And the guppies love to go in here. I think when I add the females, hopefully a betta likes to go in here too. Break down the door! What are you gonna do? This is my sister. She's gonna take a shower. I'm falling. She's like this because her ankle is broken. What happened is her dog peed on the floor and then she slipped in it and sprained her ankle. Now that she's wearing a boot, she could walk, but then her dog peed on it. So I think heaven just wants like the worst for you. She's preying on your downfall. Any little baby guppy I see, I'm gonna take them out and put them over there. This is another hide. Oh my god, my corridors are going ham. I don't see any more baby guppies. I hope I got them all, but I probably didn't. I wonder if any of them got eaten. Most likely some got eaten, but I don't want to think about it. Oh wait, this thing. This thing right here. It has a long story. This one's monumental. It has to stay in every single... I put it inside my... When I got my first fish, I put this inside of her tank. And that was the fish that really made me like fish. Okay, I just want to like pause the video because I want to explain like how I got into fish. I started to like fish when my dad brought home this fish because he likes fish. He's always liked fish. We used to have like little bettas and like cups on the wall, and we had like this giant thing of like goldfish. He didn't really know how to properly take care of them. He just like liked fish. My uncle got really into fish again, and they were going to this fish farm, and that guy had some really beautiful fish. We've gotten a couple from him, but yeah, so he was just buying these fish, and my sister would like keep them because like he would buy them and we didn't really have anywhere to put them, and so my sister would put them in these little vases in her room, and so she had like 6 betta fish in vases, and like I didn't want to do it because I really love animals. And like I know that fish aren't supposed to be in little jars and stuff, so like I really didn't want to like even look at them because I didn't want to feel bad for them, and then like, you know, like, and I can't do anything about it. But then one day my dad brought these 2 fish home, and I saw one of them and I was like, oh my god, that's the cutest fish I've ever seen in my life. It was a samurai female betta, and so it was black and white, which I've never seen a betta like that before. I think it's one of like the newer type of patterns they have. I saw her and I was like, this is so cute, I need her. And so my sister gave me one of her vases, and I put her in a vase, and I posted her on my Instagram. I knew that she shouldn't be in a vase. Like, that's all I knew. Like, I just know like fish are not supposed to be in like little cups, but like that's all I had. So I was just like, I'm gonna put her in a cup. But I posted it because it looked really cute, and you know, like people were reaching out to me and they're like, oh well, like you shouldn't have that, and I felt bad. So eventually I did start looking for a tank, and so I found a tank. But then my dad was like bringing home more fish, and I was just like, I started to like all the fish. Like I started like all bettas, and I was like, okay, I love bettas. And then I found out that there's like people who have a whole bunch of female bettas together called the betta sorority, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. I started collecting some betta fish. I bought one myself from the fish farm guy, and then my dad bought 2, and then my sister had a couple, so I put them all together. Betta sororities are not for beginners. Like, I knew not a lot about fish, like nothing at all. And so when I started it, I would like, they were all fighting. I couldn't tell the difference between them establishing a hierarchy and them fighting. So I was just like, anytime I saw anything, I would take them out. And also there wasn't a lot of places to hide, so they were just like fighting each other and stuff. And so I took them out, and none of them died, thankfully, like in there. But I had my black and white fish. Her name was Miffy. She was my, oh my god, my favorite fish. I even made a keychain of her. She was my first ever fish, so I loved her. Samurais are still my favorite fish. I want to get a samurai eventually for this betta sorority. I didn't buy a samurai, didn't have one, but samurais and elephant ears are my favorite fish. Anyways, so I had all those females together in that tank, and they weren't doing well. I slowly started taking them out until I had my 2 that I bought. So I had Miffy and I had Betty Boop, and they were chilling. At first they were like best friends, like they were fine, like they wouldn't bother each other at all. But then randomly Betty Boop was like, oh well, this is my territory, because 2 bettas are not supposed to be together. It has to be around 5 or more because you need to balance out the aggression. So Betty Boop started like, you know, attacking Miffy and trying to get her out of the tank, and then Miffy started to get like a whole bunch of nips on her fins. So I separated them. Betty Boop got this cute little vase, you know. Yeah, and then Miffy kept the tank because Miffy was the original fish, and I loved Miffy. So after that, her fins weren't growing back. Like, I was trying everything and her fins weren't growing back because I didn't really know how to help her, and maybe her water quality wasn't good, I don't know. But eventually she got fin rot, and like she just lost her battle and she died. It was gonna happen, and I wasn't that well of a fish owner. But yeah, of a lot more stuff. There was lots of more stuff in between. Like, I started another betta sorority. I started a betta sorority like around like 3 times. Like, the first time was with them, The second time I had these three fish my uncle gave me from Petco, and like I couldn't do anything but like save them, so I just put them all in the tank and I tried to save them, and yeah, they stayed for a while. Then there was 3 of them, and both of them started attacking one, so I had to separate that one. Then I had to separate them 2 because there's only 2 of them. Then I bought more fish so that I could have a sorority, because I know I needed more than just 3, and so I bought more. I put them in there, but I didn't quarantine them, and then they all died except for Cheeto and Spoon. Cheeto and Spoon were still alive, and that's how Cheeto and Spoon came into the sorority. I just unleashed mad algae, or I don't know, whatever stuff that corridors love to eat. Ooh! Oh, that smells bad. Enjoy, brothers. Enjoy. Alright, so I have nothing in my tank. I have 4 guppies, 4 corridoras, and Squishy. Let me show y'all what it looks like right now. Let me show you. This is just what it looks like right now. We got just 1 flower in here. Everything's empty, but you know, the cleanup crew is cleaning up pretty well. So I'm gonna let them do that while I go and like use my phone or something and let my camera charge. It's been maybe around an hour, and so we're gonna get back to it. The water's cleared up a little. Okay, so we have that one, you know, little flower thing we added. Add this grass right here. It looks pretty nice right there, honestly. Okay, so I have this little Kirby, and I kind of want to put him in the tank. I also have this tank here that is this is holding my sister's fish right now because she doesn't have a tank for her. So I have this 5-gallon cube here. The water's a little low, but I decorated it yesterday, and I put this Kirby in here. But the problem with this Kirby is that when you put him in there, he floats. All of Rhianah's fish are named after My Little Pony characters. So her name is Sunset Shimmer, and she has one named Luna, and then she has another one named Soren. I kind of love how like high quality. She has some gaga sticking out of her right now, but this is her tank that I decorated yesterday. I definitely want to get some shrimps because there's so much brown algae around here. Anyways, the problem with the Kirby is that when you put him inside, he floats. So I was trying so many things. This Kirby has so many holes in him. I was stabbing his foot and like trying to get some water in him so he doesn't float, but it didn't work. But eventually what I did was I glued some rocks to him. So I'm gonna do that to this Kirby now. Alright, so Kirby just got his shoe upgrade. Alright, so that's him in there. I also have this Hello Kitty, but I might glue her to a rock as well. So you can tell that I kind of like Kirby. Look, I also made this little charm that's on my camera right here. That's Kirby as well. Oh, there's a Kirby right here too. This is also a Kirby magnet I made. It's him. I also made this Kirby too. He's a little ugly. He's like full polymer clay, so he's kind of heavy. I have that Kirby over there, and you know, that one in there, and I have a little pouch right there, but don't look at that stuff. That's for future video. But look, right here, it's my other Kirby. But I probably have more. I just don't know where they are, but yeah. Anyways, back to the fish. So this is kind of what it's feeling like, you know, looking nice. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna put all these fishes in bags so I can acclimate them back into here. Look, there's a really big size difference here. They're kind of staying around the babies because they want to eat them, but I will not let that happen. Look how pretty she is. So now I'm gonna sit here and play Nintendo Dogs while I watch them. so it's been about 2 months. I want to give you guys an update on the fish. I've named them all. Tank might look a little different because I've changed it up a little bit. So I want to show you how everything has been going, and yeah, let's go. So this is what the tank looks like all together. It's very lively with all these fish now. As you can see, I've added a whole bunch of different plants. I've also added more live plants. Let me show you the live plants I've added. Right here, this is pothos. It's under the water because I've had many pothos under the water and they always do well for me. I know a lot of people don't recommend putting pothos in water, but it always does well for me. So that's pothos. It's in the water, but it's kind of covered by the other plants, so fake plants, so you can't see. I also have this aquatic plant. It's called an Amazon sword, I think, something like that. So I have that. That's my first aquatic plant that I bought. But I do have, you know, those right there. Anyways, I also added this. My dad gave it to me today. I don't know what it's called. Daddy, what is this plant called? I don't know. He said he doesn't know what it's called, so. And then I got bamboo there, and then I have a peace lily. So yeah, I'm gonna show you all the fish and their names. So obviously everybody knows Squishy. This is Squishy. Squishy is growing so fast. So I want to get a 55 gallon because my grandpa has a 55 gallon. He said he might give it to me. So hoping on that I could get a 55 gallon for Squishy. And you know, I have my guppies. Those are my guppies. If you remember last time, I did have baby guppies and a baby goldfish. I'll show you the baby goldfish now. This is him now. Look at him next to Squishy. Look, if you could see him, that's him. You see him? That's the baby goldfish. You see how big he is? He's a whole goldfish now. Also, after I set up the betta sorority, I barely saw any nipping. There was a few nips. Spoon has some nippings on her. So you're going to see that when I close up on her. But she's doing well. Her fins are growing back and everything. And everybody, like, if there's a nip, it's like one nip. But Spoon's is the worst. She has a couple. I don't know. I think they were picking on her. But she's doing fine now. I did separate her for a little while. Anyways, let me show you all their names. Also, those are my corridoras. Remember them? My corridoras. So there, right there, that's Sprinkle. I named her Sprinkle. See how beautiful her fins are? She has super long fins for a female. I don't know how her fins are that long. And then here, she might look a little different from last time you saw her, but this is Chip. Last time you saw her, she was orange and like her color got all drained. But I think it's because she was just changing colors. I don't think it was because she was sad or anything, because she still was very happy and very much herself. And then this is Berry. She's very blue. Last time you saw her, she had a stress stripe, and that one's basically gone now. See how beautiful she is? She's so blue. I love how blue she is. I've never seen a betta this color. And over there is Cheeto. I've had her the longest. Her and Spoon have been here the longest. She's still, you know, herself. Very chubby. And here's my half moon. She's one of the more basic bettas. I'm trying to focus on her. This is my half moon. Her name is Jelly. Hi, Jelly. She's so cute. If anybody wants to know, I feed them bug bites by Fluval. This is for bottom feeders, but because they didn't have the other ones, we're gonna put some food in there for them. Get them all out here and paying attention. Right there's Spoon. There's Spoon. She has a lot of nippage on her fins right now, but they're growing back. I separated her for a little while because I saw the nippage, but now she's doing better. And then here is Strawberry. She's pink and red. So cute. I love her. It looks like she has like little blush on her cheeks. That's Strawberry. So cute. Hi. She's coming up to me. So yeah, and that's all the bettas I have here, with them all living together, all eating. Look at them. I love how beautiful they look all together. So beautiful. So yeah, this is that tank. I want to show you guys the baby guppies now. They've gotten a lot bigger since you last saw them. So I've moved them into this tank. Sadly, Sunset Shimmer did pass away. She was a Petco fish, so I think they're not bred to be as like healthy as the other ones, because every single fish I've had from Petco hasn't lived past, I don't know, they've all had very short lifespans. And Sunset Shimmer had this thing where she would just always be bloated. But yeah, these are the baby guppies. Let me show you. I moved them here so they can have their own space. I have some baby snails in here as well. So those are some snails there. Oh, there's some snails on Hello Kitty too. You see them? a whole bunch of snails in this tank. I put all the guppies here so they could have their own spot, because I did try to release them into the other tank because they are bigger already, big enough they don't fit inside the betta's mouths. But the betas were chasing them and picking on them, so I moved them all here. And then last night, while my dad was looking at his fountain, he saw a whole bunch of babies, and he had more baby goldfish. You could see it right there. See that baby goldfish? See how tiny? There's 2 in there. We only found 2. I think all his goldfish ate the babies. So there's 1, and there's the other one. Yeah, look at them compared to a baby guppy. They're really tiny. This is my baby tank right now. Just have all my babies in here. But yeah, that's all for the update. Okay guys, so that's the end of this video. And as I said, this is probably going to be my only fish video. But if you really did like it, please give me a like. And if you like me, please subscribe. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching till this far. Bye!